We just checked out of Thailand.
We're clear.
We are clear. There's a line there. Yeah. Oh, sad.
This is your job.
I was distracted.
Welcome. We're Kevin and Janine, a Canadian couple who have escaped the rat race and are continuing our dream of slow travel around the world. Subscribe and follow along this season as we cruise Southeast Asia aboard a McConaughey 55 catamaran.
So today while we were underway, it was quite rocky. We were kind of sloshing from side to side, and we have a new issue. We had water all over the floor. Here, this is just next to our helm station. Does not make sense how the water got in there. We thought maybe the air conditioning unit, but then we looked and everything is bone dry. So we are also investigating from the other side, which is our cabin. Whoa. So this will be a test to see if you can hear me. Got my handy dandy microphone. But today was our last day in Phuket. So we just left Phuket. Yesterday we checked out of Chalong Bay and we dropped off our friends. Had a nice little visit with them, which was awesome. Really nice that they were able to join us on the boat. But now we're going. So we're heading back towards Langkawi and we will hop along the way. So heading towards Koh Rok today. Maybe do a bit of snorkeling, maybe scuba dive. We'll see. That is our destination for today. At this speed, so 7 knots, 6 hours and 26 minutes to go.
Janine's not feeling good today.
No. Sad belly.
Alright, and I think this is probably the high point. Downward descent.
whole thing has been sealed by some kind of white glue or something.
These are weaver ants. They build nests like this one during the night by using silk from their larvae to bind the leaves together. The ants work in teams to pull the leaf edges close to one another, while the other team carries the larvae and uses them to glue the leaves together. It's pretty neat. So we're back at the bottom, but this was an evacuation route. And initially we're like, oh, it seems kind of flat. It's not flat. A lot of stairs. We're coming into Ko Lipe. Down there, but there's a bit of current. You can see we're going 8.3 motoring. It's just pulling us in. So we're in Ko Lipe, and on the way here, we were told there was a recent jellyfish bloom. And if you, oh, can you see these guys? They're like baby box jellies, which are, they sting. They're really not nice. You don't want to get stung by them. So I think we're not going to swim here. Sunrise departure. Back to Langkawi. Saying goodbye to the Thai flag. Switching it for Malaysia. There's these wacky trees in the distance. There's a whole bunch of them along here, which we were about to sail through.
Not hard.
Not on the chart or anything. And what's our depth here?
36 meters.
36 meters.
120 feet. It's not like there's a tree standing up in the bottom of the ocean.
No.
But they're all over the place here.
A whole bunch of them over there.
Kind of fish attracting device.
I don't
Anchored
know.
down.
It's weird. So we're in Langkawi. We just arrived today, and we decided to take a hotel for ourselves. So we have this nice balcony, 2 balconies actually. And we're gonna go to the night market. He's got kind of red on his face, but he's just dark. Today's boat cleaning day. I've been learning how to do some polishing, and the stern here had been dirty and black for a really long time. Didn't matter what chemical we used to clean it, it wouldn't come out. And then I put a bit of this Perfected one-step finishing material. It's a 3M product, and now it looks all nice and shiny.
Looks really nice, yeah. We'll have to put a top coat of wax or something on it now.
Yeah, that's step 2.
Yeah.
Let's go to the other side, port side.
Other side.
I think I'll just go right over this.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think that's fine.
Spruce it up too. Okay, here we go. Right, we're back to Aqua Mist. Does all the activity make you want to be part of the regatta, Kevin?
A little bit. Yeah, I like the energy here. Everybody preparing their boats, getting ready for war.
For war?
Yeah. Yeah.
For a fun-filled weekend, weekday, week?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Twister 2 over there, we made friends with. They're on a stealth catamaran out of Phuket. Really nice people. People are getting ready for the race. Leaving Langkawi. We seem to have made some friends. The water is shallow here, it's like 5 meters. And these birds have decided to follow us. We got a fish! I guess one of them dropped it. Oh,
Go for it.
there he goes. Hey, got it! So the fish are jumping and they're hitting underneath the boat, and at first we thought there was like a stick or a branch. There's just these little fish. Looks like a pirate ship. All the black flags, which are markers for their fishing pots. It's a whole bunch of them, wow. It's weird. All lined up.
Back, take a starboard.
So we're in Port Dickson. We're heading south along the west coast of Malaysia toward Batam, Indonesia. But we're moving slowly, just during daytime and going coastal, because we don't want to trip a bunch of fishing nets and stuff, for one. And two, our visas for Indonesia, I don't have a guarantee that they'll be available until the 29th. So we're taking our time and we're doing day hops. We left early because at 9 a.m.
The tide will turn.
it's like 8:46. The tide is switching, and it'll be in our faces. So we're gonna come around this corner and anchor for the night.
Yeah.
And did you see our drop?
Oh yes.
So this line here, it's just a spare piece of line that we had, and I guess it's a relatively common thing on cats, especially, or really, I can see the value of any boat where the boom, where the main sheet is attached to the boom further forward than like the back end of the boom. So our boom probably ends here, and then the main sheet is attached here. So what happens is if you got any waves and you don't want the boom rocking around, you have to either have what most people do. They just make this really tight, the main sheet, but then that also makes the topping lift tight and creates like a harmonic resonance in the wind. These aren't that tight, as you can see, but it really prevents the boom wobbling back and forth. It makes it quieter and makes it more steady, and it's nice when you're not using the main. It's good.
Yep, let's drop it.
You got to take it off though if you want to raise the sail.
It's an early start this morning because we're trying to time our moving with the tide, and the current is quite strong. It's, would you believe it's after 7? It's just after 7 a.m., but it's still quite dark. Yeah. Of Malacca on the water. Lots of land reclamation going on. Goodbye, Malacca. See you next time. So these gentlemen just took in a bunch of their net to get around us. Now they're putting it back out. So in other words, this net floats on the surface. You can see the white buoys and it drifts along. And I've heard these are not legal fishing practices here. It's kind of a shame because they really go a long ways.
Good morning. So we're at the southern end of the Malacca Strait, and today our mission, we're going to cross to Indonesia, which means crossing the straits, so the Singapore Strait and the Malacca Strait. One of the busiest places for marine traffic in the world. Not too far up ahead, about 4 or 5 miles, it's where it changes from the Strait of Malacca to Singapore Strait. And that's where we're going to cross. It's kind of a designated crossing area for the ships. You can kind of see it on the chart here. All these ships that you're seeing out, I've done a radar overlays. That's what all these pink slobs are, or the orange. So this is us, and we're going to come down to this junction and cross over to the south side of the Straits, and then follow our way around up the Indonesian coast. Eventually we're going to make our way to here.
We're getting into it now. Starting to turn.
Yeah, we're in the precautionary area. So now there's both shipping lanes coming down from Strait of Malacca. There's both shipping lanes coming down the Strait of Singapore, and there's like a turning area where it's like free for all, where everybody's turning, and half the people are going into the port of Singapore and in Malaysia, also Johor. So it's complex.
Yeah.
A controlled intersection. So now we've gotten through a bit of a congestion, and there are only a couple of targets I'm monitoring as potential conflict. One is this tug and tow over here on the port bow. And then another one is this cargo ship further forward on the port bow. It's going really slowly. So I'm having it difficult to track if we're gonna go in front of them or behind them.
So the ship that we were wondering what it's doing, it's moving very, very slowly. I don't know if it'll show up in the video, but notice you can see the tops of the containers. It means he's listing heavily to starboard. He's unbalanced. We're just rounding the bottom corner and the wind has kicked up something fierce. I say that. It's like 25 apparent because it's against us, 21 true. So we took a reef in the main. No head sail because you can see the wind is just off the nose and we cannot sail in that angle.
I mean, we could try tacking all the way up, but then it'll be like
zigzagging across the traffic lane.
Yeah.
Right?
It would take forever to get. We still got
Yeah.
probably 30 miles to go at least. So we still got really strong wind on our nose coming through the Singapore Strait, and it's against the current. Take a look. Take a look at how much we're pitching there. So when wind against current, you get bigger than normal waves because it pushes up against them like a standing wave in a river. And that slows our progress. So we're just trudging along, little by little, pushing against the wind, which is 20 knots on the nose.
Nongsa Point Marina. We're back.
Sad days for somebody's boat. It is windy here.